Scene 7. Hey Turtles, take to the sky. We can't let Shredder get away. Alright, and we are back with part 7 of the Deathless run through Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, the Manhattan Project, using Michelangelo. The first part of this stage is pretty short. The easiest way to take out these little balls that explode into the mousers and all that is wait for the ball to explode and then jump kick into them. You can usually kill a couple of them that way. Try not to let them bite your hands. And all that kind of good stuff. Like I said, the first part of this stage is pretty short, so yeah. For this part of the little elevator ride, always jump kick them off their platforms. Be careful not to get punched off of this platform or knocked off at all, because it does 2 damage. Which in a Deathless run, that means a lot, and there isn't any pizza throughout this stage either. So yeah, just hit these guys off. Or throw them off. Yeah, get rid of these guys right quick. For this part, it's always best just to stand in the lower right corner of the platform, and if a shadow appears above them, then move out of the way and you won't be hit. If you stand anywhere else, and it's kind of hard to see if there's a shadow over you or not, because all the things falling and fading away. Whatever. Anyway, do the same thing for these guys that you did with the greenish ones. Just hit them off their platforms. And try to throw them without them knocking you away. Spear ones are annoying, but yeah. I think after them is the end of this elevator part. And it is. And all that kind of good stuff. But yeah. And we are now headed on to the roof, obviously. We're not doing that bad as far as health is concerned. There isn't a mini-boss to this level, but the boss of the stage is Toka. There is kind of a mini-boss, I suppose. It's a little foot soldier that operates a helicopter. And it'll come down and you gotta fight 21 foot soldiers. Not all at once, obviously, but 3 at a time, but still. Takes a little while, so I guess that could kind of be considered a mini-boss, but not really. Oh, that was just stupid on my part, whatever. Anyway. Pretty much the strategy I had planned for Toka is basically the same thing. I had, same thing I did with Raphael. I'm just going to wait for him to charge at me, then I'm going to use my special to go through him. Hopefully that'll work. Michelangelo's special, I find, doesn't take him quite as far away as Raphael's does. So it might not work, but we'll see. Just jump kick the ones that have guns. And that usually works just fine. Melee these guys. Not much further than we'll be at the little helicopter I was talking about. You'll know whenever it's coming up because the roof will narrow. And all that. Get off! Jeez, these white ones like grabbing me. There we go, jumped into my jump kick. Frickin' retard. And dead. Yeah, the helicopter's coming up after this part here. After this part here, there are 3 sets of those little electrical fence-carrying foot soldiers. These guys. And then after them is the helicopter I was talking about. Then after that isn't very much longer. We gotta take out Toka. He's like directly after this part. Basically, you gotta take out maybe 20 more enemies. Still though. There was 3, we gotta take out 21 total. 4, 5, 6. Hit the shurikens away if you need to. 7, 8, 9. There we go. 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, just 6 more. 16, or whatever. 18 total. And here's the last set. Like I said, it's not really a mini-boss, but I guess in a way it could be considered somewhat of a mini-boss. You'll know whenever you're near Toka because you'll see that little electrical sign that you see in the upper right. But yeah. All that kind of good stuff. Just jump kick these ones. kind of stuff. So who builds a electrical sign that says the foot on them on the top of a building? I mean, unless Shredder or Krang own this building, I don't see why anybody else would do it. I mean, I'm not complaining, it's just one of those weird things that you think about. Jump kick these blue ones too, or use your special if they get in a good enough position like I just did. Take out 2. There we go. After these Stone Warriors, there should be like a few more red foot soldiers and then Toka. But yeah. And after them is Toka. Pretty much as you're fighting Toka, you'll want to try to not move around that much. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, now that he's here, you gotta wait for him to charge at you. Try not to move around too much, otherwise he'll chase you down and whatnot like he's doing to me. So try to stand in just one place, let him come at you, and try to use your jump kick on him. Stand a little bit below where he's at so that his punches won't hit you, and you can get your special off on him. But yeah. And he's just about dead. And dead. And all that kind of good stuff. Now we're going to jump up here, and there's Shredder. He's going to get beamed away and all that kind of good stuff. And that is it for part 7.